Have you ever felt like your kindness goes unnoticed or worse, is taken for granted? If so, you're not alone. In our world, genuine generosity often goes unrecognized or meets indifference. Since childhood, we've been taught to share, help, and give, putting others' needs above our own. And now, as adults, we want to do good. But what if our willingness to help turns against us? What if people start seeing us as an inexhaustible source of support and help? In the modern world, this is a harsh truth. Sometimes the more we give, the less we receive. And this doesn't just refer to time or money, but also our energy and peace of mind. Stoicism teaches us about balance and self-preservation, but we often find ourselves sacrificing too much. Today, we'll explore the hidden side of excessive kindness and 4 Stoic principles that help find harmony. If you've ever felt undervalued for your help, this video is for you. First reason, excessive kindness can make you look weak. Stoicism teaches us to have inner strength and self-control. However, if you always help everyone, it can give the wrong impression. There's a difficulty in balancing help and excessive kindness, which can lead to misperceptions. Imagine you're always willing to help. In the end, people around you see you as someone they can unload responsibilities onto. This can create an impression of weakness, and people may stop valuing your effort. The key here is to start saying no firmly but politely. Present yourself as someone who respects their time and values themselves. When you set boundaries, it changes others' perceptions. You won't just be the person willing to do everything, but someone worthy of respect. Saying no isn't just about refusal. It's a statement about your importance and an expression of inner strength. Next time you feel tempted to say yes when you actually want to say no, remember this: stand your ground. It's necessary to affirm your strength and value. Second reason, unrealistic expectations can lead to disappointment. Here's a Stoic truth: happiness shouldn't depend on others' actions. When you give expecting something in return, you set yourself up for disappointment. Let's be realistic. It's hard. You're generous, hoping people will reciprocate. You want them to see and appreciate what you do. But what if they don't? This is where we get hurt by our expectations. Think about it. You always take on responsibilities, do favors, and help. Naturally, you expect others to do their part, right? But when they don't, it hurts. In the end, you feel exhausted, irritated, and disappointed. People are different. Stoicism reminds us of the harsh truth that we can't control others' actions. When you offer help without expecting anything in return, you protect yourself from disappointment and maintain your emotional stability. If you can eliminate these expectations and learn to give without expecting anything back, you'll find inner peace and avoid many disappointments. Third reason, giving too much attracts the wrong people. According to Stoicism, the vibes you emit attract people of the same kind. When you're positive and balanced, you attract generous and genuine people. But if you're always giving non-stop, guess who you attract? People who want to take as much as they can from you. Imagine you're the person who never says no, always ready to help. It sounds great, right? But soon you realize the people around you don't want to give. They just want to receive. Worse, you may attract those who exploit your generosity. The key is recognizing when you're overdoing it. By doing so, you conserve your energy and attract people who value what you offer and are willing to reciprocate. Think of it as a two-way street. You want to be surrounded by people who respect you and what you bring, but don't let this exhaust you. Building relationships based on mutual respect and genuine connection is the Stoic way: balanced, respectable, and authentic. Don't be afraid to be selective with whom you share your generosity. Fourth reason, losing yourself in others' needs. Stoic wisdom tells us that when we're constantly busy with others' problems, we might be avoiding our own internal struggles. By continuously serving others, we lose touch with ourselves. Our own self gets lost in the noise of others' demands. And then, when we finally have a moment of peace, all the fear and pain we've been running from come back. Focusing on our own needs is about preserving our essence, setting boundaries, and following our own path. This isn't just good for us, it's essential for an authentic life. Next time you feel like diving into others' problems, pause for a second. Face these difficult feelings head-on. Be true to what you really need and want. By respecting your own boundaries, you'll be in a much better position to help others in a healthy and balanced way. Doing so strengthens your own emotional resilience and sets an example of how to help without losing yourself in the process. Fifth reason, the trap of constant giving. Stoic philosophy values moderation, especially when it comes to giving. It's like navigating a sea of endless demands. When you give too much and too quickly, it may seem pleasant initially, but it's a dangerous path. The point is, people naturally gravitate toward what's easy. If you always take on responsibilities and solve problems, you essentially allow others to stay in their comfort zone. They don't feel the need to step up. By setting boundaries and slowing down, you encourage people around you to take responsibility. This is good for both them and you. A powerful quote from Seneca reflects this idea well. True generosity is giving what is needed, not just what is asked. This reminds us that sometimes the greatest gift we can give is allowing others to meet their own needs. Additionally, by doing so, you also preserve your own energy and mental health. Sixth reason, excessive kindness can generate suspicion. Stoicism teaches us to live according to our values, regardless of others' opinions. The goal is to follow our principles, creating a sincere and lasting reputation. However, in a world where genuine kindness is rare, excessive kindness can ironically cause bewilderment. People may start to doubt your motives. They might ask, why is this person so generous? What do they want in return? Often, this isn't out of malice, but a realistic reaction. People are used to seeing kindness with ulterior motives. So when someone genuinely generous comes along, it can seem suspicious. This doesn't mean you should reduce your generosity. The secret is to find balance. Be kind, but transparent. Let your actions speak for your honesty. Show that your generosity is genuine and that you expect nothing in return. Over time, this will help build a solid and trustworthy reputation. Seventh reason, risk of dependency. Stoicism warns us about the danger of losing balance in life, especially when it comes to giving. It all comes down to moderation and self-control. When you give too much, always being the person others rely on, it can lead to severe consequences. You might start dealing with stress and emotional exhaustion. At this point, the risk of dependency creeps in. You might find yourself overeating, gambling excessively, or looking for anything to fill the void created by constant giving. The Stoics encourage us to listen to the concerns of those close to us. If a friend or family member expresses worry, pay attention. Often we deny it when confronted with the possibility of dependency. It's easier to ignore their concerns than to admit the problem. But these comments usually come from a place of care and love. Accepting this feedback is a step toward self-analysis and growth. Remember, those who care about us aren't trying to criticize or judge us. They're concerned about our well-being. Listening to these concerns can be the first step in regaining balance and emotional health. Eighth reason, problems with unbalanced relationships. Imagine you're the person everyone relies on when they're in trouble. It feels good to be needed, right? But then you start to notice you're not on the guest list for weekend dinners or casual hangouts. You help in tough times, but when it comes to sharing laughs and good moments, you're left out. It's like you're good enough to offer help, but not to share a true friendship. This situation is more than unfair. It's a red flag. You start to wonder, am I valued for who I am, or just for what I can do for others? Now let's consider the Stoic approach. Stoicism isn't about the absence of emotions, but understanding human nature and wise behavior. This situation is an opportunity to reassess your relationships. It's a chance to test your ability to distinguish who values you as a person and who sees you as a means to an end. Stoicism teaches us to build relationships based on mutual respect and genuine connection. This means recognizing when a relationship is one-sided and having the courage to make necessary changes. Value yourself and don't be afraid to seek friendships that reciprocate your care and support. 9th reason: lack of reasonable boundaries with close people. Stoic wisdom teaches us to set reasonable boundaries in all areas of life, including relationships with loved ones. Saying no to friends and family can be the hardest thing. We fear hurting someone dear or seeming insensitive. However, Stoicism reminds us that true care isn't about unlimited giving, but about valuing our own strengths and resources. When you set boundaries, you're not only protecting yourself but also promoting healthier and more respectful relationships. As Seneca said, help to friends should have limits, otherwise we'll end up needing friends ourselves. The central point is to avoid extremes. It's not about refusing all help, but learning to set loving and firm boundaries. By communicating these boundaries clearly and kindly, you protect your energy while maintaining healthy relationships. Explain your limitations and be willing to compromise, but without sacrificing your own well-being. Over time, your loved ones will learn to respect your boundaries and value your support even more when it's genuinely needed. 10th reason: underestimating personal time. One of the greatest gifts life offers is time. However, in the hustle and bustle of everyday life and the constant drive to meet demands, it's easy to fall into the trap of endless commitments. We react to every request, accept unnecessary meetings, and eventually realize that real life is passing us by. Stoic philosophy values the careful use of time and teaches us to manage it wisely. As Seneca said, it's not that we have little time, but that we waste a lot of it. Ask yourself, is this worth my time and attention? Learn to value your minutes and hours as much as you value your money. Time spent cannot be recovered. Value each moment and learn to say no to activities that don't add value to your life. By doing so, you create space for what truly matters and enrich your existence. Plan your time wisely and use it for activities that bring satisfaction and personal growth. In conclusion, Stoic wisdom teaches us that balance is the key in all aspects of life, and generosity is no exception. If we give too little, we may seem selfish. If we give too much, we exhaust ourselves. The secret is finding a middle ground, maintaining generosity while taking care of ourselves. When in doubt about whether to give or not, remember, no can be your greatest ally. If you found value in this video, please like, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment. May your path be stoic and filled with wisdom. See you next time.